I've got great memories. You mentioned that because of any one person, it's because of you guys. Saginaw Valley, as we know, wasn't the same place it is today. You had to love football to be a part of the situation in those days, and I know all of you guys did, and I appreciate your efforts, and I had a great time here. I hope the heck you guys did. You upperclassmen did a great job in the locker room, taking care of business, and we had a great blend of the younger kids and whatnot. I look back at our, and I would just kind of go through it, our defense. And, people use the term a lunch bucket ball club. Well, they have no idea. We were a card-carrying member of the lunch bucket. And you remember our trips, we'd grab a sub sandwich and let you off at the bridge and have a little something to eat and pile back on the bus, or vans we even had in those days. And it was a lot of fun, but I look at our defense and we were tough. You guys were downright tough. Our defensive line, it had all the qualities. We could stuff the run, they could rush the quarterback. I thought our linebacker situation, Daryl and Dave complemented each other. And I get a kick out of it. I looked through some of the statistics here, and one of them was interceptions, and guess whose name is still on the interception roll but Daryl Barkowiak. And I look at our defensive backs. You guys were solid, and didn't make any mistakes and didn't let things get away. And I looked at our kicking game, our special teams, Dave Berkey. He's a throwback. He did both. You don't see anybody do that anywhere in college or even high school. Everybody's got a specialist, a special center, a special place kicker, a special punter, but, Dave did a heck of a job for us. Offensively, I loved our line. We could take care of business, and when you had a short yardage situation, we could do it, and, we had the Twin Towers. I don't know whoever started that name, but it was a lot of fun having a couple 6'6" tackles out there. We had great wide receivers. Izzy, best hands of the bunch, and different people could, Joe was a good blocker, and she and all those fellas, but I really enjoyed it. And I can remember old Shape at tight end against Parrish making that grab, and I think we all just were jumping up and down so much we didn't even know he really caught the daggone thing. But we had kind of Mr. Inside, Mr. Outside with Sean Lawridge and crew, and we had a lot of fun running that option offense because it drove people crazy in most places that we went to. I want to say all positive things, but one thing I want to mention, Sean Lawridge lost his son a couple weeks ago. I got a call this morning, and I don't know the facts or anything about it, but somebody gave me a jingle, and I'll try to find out some more about it and pass the word a little bit. I was looking through some of the statistics. We've still got a couple fellows from our ball club on the career tackles. Crew's still got his name. You guys might have been up near the top. It's light. Paul Horning used to be at the top of the Packers. He's way down here nowadays. You get shoved down if you live long enough. Izzy's still got his name on the reception chart. Daryl, interceptions. Jig's still got your name on the pad. Like I say, it's working its way down like all of us. But, and then Joe making All-American, and Crew second-team All-American, and Dave Burke, honorable mention, and we had, quite a few of you fellas make All-Conference. I don't think a lot of people know what the conference even was or what it stands for. The GLIAC was only Michigan schools at one time. And then we went to a football convention, and Coach Bliss from Indianapolis and myself were getting together, and I said, why don't we take your league and our league and make one league? And because we're all crossing over playing you anyhow. And he brought it up at his school, and I brought it here to the president, and pretty soon it got on the agenda. And the GLIAC League, as you see it today, is because of you guys in the games where we crossed over with those people. But I remember a few things from the ball games. You might have to help me with it. 8-3, the heck of a collegiate football year. You guys had the most consecutive wins in college football in the state of Michigan that particular year in '84. We started out about as bad as you can possibly start out. I don't know how a team with our capabilities, and I guess that's my fault, gets blown out 35-6 down in Indianapolis. But we righted the ship real quick by beating Hillsdale. And, you know, people say Hillsdale was up, they got down, but they're back. Hillsdale's a good football team today. Then remember, we got beat by Franklin. There was an old coach there named Red Fott, who I think was running the spread before it was cool to say the spread offense, because he had us chasing footballs all over the field and threw the ball like 50 times down there. And I say old, he was younger than I am today, but that old guy knew how to do it, I'll tell you. We beat Grand Valley. Big win. Anytime you can beat Grand Valley at any point in any time, it's a heck of a victory. We went over there, and I can still remember, you know, we had the 4-building campus, and one of them was the janitor's headquarters. And we pulled onto Grand Valley's campus with our bus, and, you know, it was my first time over there, and they got fraternity parties going on, and kegs of beer, and chickadoos sitting all over, and, man, you guys look like a busload of amputees with your nose up against the windows looking out saying, what the hell is this all about? And, you know, I said to Plaza, we got to get these guys straightened out here in a hurry. But, you know, things were different in those days. We had a great win over Ferris, a solid win. Ferris has been a nemesis, and, you know, and Coach Collins will find out next week. They're a pain in the butt to play, and for some reason they give a maximum effort against Saginaw Valley. We had a wonderful win against Northwood. We had a sack. We were up 17-14, and they were driving, and we sacked them at the end, and the clock ran out. And, you know, and good for us in that situation. Big win that year was Northern Michigan. We won 28-23. First time Saginaw Valley ever beat Northern Michigan. And that was a big victory. And again, one of those points where you bring your team from levels. And we stepped up a notch to make a big, you know, Northern had been national champs 5 years, you know, prior to that situation, and still had their same coaching staff and everything, so it was a big win.
Come on, you gotta mention the flea flicker.
We never ran a flea flicker. We lived on the flea flicker. Yeah, it was a pretty good deal. We were on the old, they call it hook and ladder, they don't know what it is today, but we survived on that flea flicker, and Iz would hook and pitch the crew, and here we go. And
Coach, draw that up for me.
Well, you just got to shut your eyes and pitch the ball and let her go. We had a great win over Wayne State down there. 33-7 is a good victory. And then Michigan Tech, which anytime you travel to Tech in early November, you know you've been on the road a little bit. I remember it started snowing when we got to Open Lake, and it was tough. Remember Salem? We got in the playoffs. We played a team called Salem. They had a guy named Terry Bowden coaching. Terry's father is Bobby Bowden at Florida State today. Well, Salem was like Florida State's fourth-string crew or whatever, but they had some players because they had 3 of those guys playing on Sunday in 2 years. And they kind of, they had all the jive before we knew what it was going on in the field, I'll tell you. But we had a little banquet for the 2 teams, and like you always do in the playoffs, you get together the evening before. And I remember there was a little disrespect. They were kind of laughing at us, pointing at us. But after the final score was 30-7, that ended in a big hurry. You fellas gave a maximum effort. Probably the biggest, or one of the biggest heartbreaking losses in my life, and I'm sure it is in yours, or you've had some big ones, I'll tell you. Carson Newman. We fought ourselves into that situation, went overtime, played great D, forced them to a field goal, and had the ball on the 1 and fumbled it. Going in ourselves, we could have won that thing, but, you know, coulda, shoulda, woulda, that's the way it goes.
Coach, what was that fumble? The defensive end knocked the pitch down.
Yeah, I know
there was no fumble.
I can tell you what play it was, too, but that don't matter. That don't matter. Things happen, and, you know, why they happen, we don't know. But, guys, I just want to tell you from my heart, thank you for, you know, making the effort to come back. It's an effort to do things in life. And for you to do what you did, and I appreciate it personally, and I hope you enjoy seeing your teammates. And I want you to know you're a big part of Saginaw Valley history, bigger part than you might realize. I've watched Saginaw Valley football since Muddy Waters' first game, and believe me, it's come a long ways, and we saw a beautiful effort out there today. They're going to get in the playoffs, and you're going to be proud to say, hey, I'm an alum, and I played there. Coach Collins, congratulations. Coach Collins, he's football coach here at Saginaw Valley and does a great job. He's a good man, and the kids love playing for him.
Thanks, Coach.
Well, I'll tell you,